I had her just like a hooker, dude.
Yeah, but it was like funny. A sting operation.
But guys could jerk it to that. Imagine a world where your life is exactly as it is right now, and nothing is different, except you come home one day, and your chick sits you down, and she's like, "I need to tell you something." And she's like, "Yeah." So about like before we got together, like 20 months before we got together, I was doing OnlyFans hardcore.
Damn.
Stop posting 15 times a day.
Yeah. What kind of content?
Showing people.
That's what I was gonna ask. What kind of content?
I was showing her my
Solo
butthole.
stuff, dude?
Showing my butthole.
Yeah. Mostly my butthole.
Solo stuff is easier than gangbang stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Cause what if it's like Bonnie Blue?
Yeah, I've been saying that for years.
No, I think
Like I was getting railed by 100 guys every day.
100 dudes a day.
My count is 100,000 right now.
You're like, that's it?
So imagine.
Only for 100 days?
They weren't doing Piranha. They were doing OnlyFans solo.
You mean like shows?
Sitting on vase and shit like
Okay.
that.
Sitting on vase.
You know what I mean?
And then I'd ask, how successful were you at it? Because my biggest turnoff is like the girls that only do it for like $5 and then they don't.
And they give up on it in like a month.
Yeah, and then now you got the pictures all over it, but you only made $15 on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
That's sad. Shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking sad.
So this is a confession that comes out?
Yeah. Exactly as it is right now, but she admits she did OnlyFans. She's sitting on balloons, all kinds of shit like that.
Sitting on balloons is kind of funny though.
Yeah, sitting on balloons, but with her naked butthole.
Cause like
Bear?
Kat does fetish, right? She never, I don't think she shows feet, but she shows feet and then she rates dick.
Yeah, she rates dick, she shows feet.
And to me, that wouldn't, I don't know, like
She does like cheeky little things with her body, but she doesn't like show it off.
yeah.
I think it's a bad match because that happened to me a little bit with one of my exes where like she told me like way late in the game that like she had done like private work, which is like you go to like do like a nude shoot for a private person and they get to keep it.
What's that look like?
It's the same thing, but it's not online for everybody.
There's no fucky sucky?
I don't know, maybe there was. But then it just wasn't, I couldn't look past it for selfish reasons of why, like, I think there's certain choices I make in my life as I go where I do them out of consideration for someone in the future not being okay with it. Mm-hmm. Where like, I could stand to not do it. Like I could stand to not do this raunchy thing. So I'm gonna choose not to do it because I think that would make it difficult for a person to accept me. So then like when I run into another person that did it all across the board, it's almost like a jealousy of like, well then I should have fucking done shit. And then that's what I'm mad about. I'm not mad about like, you're unchristian, you're filthy. It's not that. It's just that like, damn, we didn't have the same course of action leading up to the point where we met in order to be like, I guess like squared up.
So it's not a morality thing for you, it's more like who did you give access to your body?
It's like I just appreciate when like people are like, considerate about that, about the future before I'm there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
For my future husband.
They're not
Sure.
holding around everywhere.
Yeah, because like you always want to have that like I guess romanticized dream that like the person that you ended up with lived in a way that was according to like a destiny type of situation.
Yeah.
Where it's a little bit more than just I guess.
And like Destiny didn't involve like 35 other guys.
You don't want to be too cheap.
What if like, you know, she also is somebody that you destiny-wise end up with, but like because she did what she did, she's got like $3 million to add to like yours as a joint.
It's not important to me.
Dang.
Because he's worth 10.
Because like
She's kind of bragging about it because she's like, look, I was with like 65 guys, but it doesn't look like roast beef down there.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like, look, I kind of got out
Still
of
feels good. Still feels
it's
good.
not even like a sexual. I mean, the money thing just isn't like because I feel like that's like extra cool if you can make that much money doing not porn. I think that's like deserves some fucking applause.
But is it porn if she's just sitting on balloons and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think if it's made to be jerked off to, then it's porn.
Quick answer.
What about kickstand?
Quick answer.
What if it's feet?
Yeah,
I
feet
think if it's
stuff.
made with the intention that someone is jerking to this, it's porn.
You're telling me you think people are jerking off the feet pics?
I think if it happens, then it's not.
How many times do I have to ask you this question?
If it happens and it's
Answer
not,
me.
it's just like someone wants to jerk it to it.
Okay.
That's not your fault. But if you are producing the product hoping to be jerked on. You are making porn.
So what would be the limit of objectifying for you?
The what?
The limit of objectifying, like, is it like when they're selling their underwear?
It's not even objectification. I just don't match like with that person. I don't have anything against people doing it.
But she's a 10.
She's a 10 for the rest of the world. Then it's just not like I just don't match.
Objectively a 10.
What would be the limit? Like what if they didn't do that but they sold underwear?
The what?
What if they sold dirty underwear?
Ooh. I think if you're doing anything where you're hoping someone's gonna sexually receive it, that's just the same thing to me.
What if you're actually hoping they're not gonna sexually receive it, but you're just getting all these inquiries? You don't want people to jack off to your.
No,
like,
it doesn't matter. Like, because what's the allure of that? Like that she made a lot of money. That's the part that you like.
No, I'm just asking you.
No, but what's the part that you like about it?
We haven't gotten to me yet.
I like her. She's a 10.
But the part that makes it attractive for a guy is that the woman made a shitload of money, and that's why it should be.
Well, I think that's the intent of the woman.
Yeah, because if you take money out of the whole picture and she just does it, what guy would be like, that's what I want? You know what I mean? Like, so money has to be the only factor.
Honestly, I would rather my lady have a regular job. Just a regular job. Doesn't have to be extreme.
I think it's obvious we would all that, but he's putting a scenario where like, what if your lady
Already.
I would tell her, I wish you have a regular job.
What if you just find out all Smack did was she was doing that? What's that? The shake weight? She was doing shake weight videos and she was playing like drag.
And she was just totally innocent and had no clue.
Yeah, she was just playing Demon Souls.
But she got deep fake.
But she was also doing like the shake weight.
And people.
And it was like,
And hella people were like, "Oh my god, those shake weight videos! I was jerking it to this."
And she genuinely didn't know that
She got got. She got got.
She's like, she was a little goose in the audience a little bit, but the shake weight's not like, you know. Shake weight's kind of.
everybody kept on being like, can I get another shake weight video?
Yeah.
If
Where's
that's
that
what
shake
she
weight?
did, and I asked her, did you know that could be received sexually, and she said no, then I would just think she's an idiot. And then her stupidity would turn me off.
What if she's like, I was riding the edge, babe. I was just riding the edge a little bit, right?
I don't know. I kind of like her because she doesn't ride the edge. She doesn't give a fuck about that shit. And I'm impressed by that, which is why, like, you know.
Dude,
I'm not saying I deserve that.
my wife was in hella fucking slutty videos, so I'm trying to. This is about me right now.
You even put her in one.
I put her in, yeah.
And then she was making out hard with somebody in front of you.
Yeah.
And you were jacking off in the corner.
I don't remember that.
No. I saw the one where it was the Venice Beach one that you did with Nikki.
Yeah.
And she.
I had her just like a hooker, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it was like
that's
a sting
funny. That's like-
operation.
But guys could jerk it to that.
Yeah, they could, but she's not
That wasn't
hoping they
the
do.
intent.
She's like, I hope they don't laugh. I hope they jerk it.
God, everyone thinks this is so funny. No one's turned on by this video.
Why are they laughing? Start coming.
I thought it was sexy.
No.
I'm not believable.
Yeah, I think because that happened to me where like she had confessed all this past shit. It's a turn off for
How long were you guys in the relationship for?
like that happened maybe like a year and a half in.
Oh, fuck.
So she actually sat you down with this exact.
And then you went,
Yeah, she told me about. Yeah, she said it was like when she lived in like the East Coast and didn't have money, so she had to like think of something. And Craigslist had all these like opportunities back. Craigslist was
yo, isn't that dangerous though? Going to some fucking stranger's house?
But like if you don't have money and you're like trying to get something,
That's fucking weird, dude.
What if Smack's like, look, dude, I did the Chubby Bunny challenge and I could get a lot in there. All right, and some guys deeply sexualize that moment.
So here's the funny thing about.
I did a viral video.
I think Smack has like talked about this before, like in her stuff, but like she has a deep, like she gets saddened by like someone looking at her sexually.
Nikki's the same way.
It's like a sad feeling.
Nikki's the same way, and she always gets pissed about how she used to do some of those videos on the internet because she was coming up, and she's just like, because she's just not that girl.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a weird thing. So then I kind of match her energy with like my morals are way different than Smack's in terms of like what I think is, you know, like I would accept way more than what she's done, but it just so happens that's how she feels, you know. But she could get
27 marshmallows, Chubby Bunny.
Damn.
Some guys sexualize that.
What up, guys? Come join our Patreon because there's hundreds of videos dating all the way back to 2019.
That's right. If you click on the link down below, you could join our Patreon, join us on the Discord, come chat with us directly, have a fun conversation.
And this will help support the channel's growth and new ideas. And also tap into our closer community by joining our Discord and get the opportunity to suggest video ideas like the ones you've seen. Thank you guys. Join our Patreon, help us out. Thanks.
See you guys there. Say hi to me.
Yeah, I think if you discover
bringing it
that,
up.
yeah.
A whole Costco bag.
Jumbo.
50 marshmallows, jumbo size.
Big ones, dude.
But yeah, nothing against people that make content like that. I think there's somebody out there for anybody. I really don't think just because you do stuff, you don't get no.
Hey, dude, remember that cat who his wife just got fucked by some guy and
What?
remember that cat?
His wife just got fucked
His
by
wife, no,
some
his.
guy?
So him and his wife do porn. They have a podcast together.
Adam?
That guy,
Oh, to jump Adam 23.
Adam 22.
Dude,
Oh, is it 22 or 23?
I know his wife. I know who you're talking about.
You know her?
Con
I
Air.
knew her before all that. Lena.
Lena.
I knew her before she got into any of that stuff.
He used to date her. That's the one he's
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
I didn't date her, but one of my close friends did. Yeah.
But no, so like they have a marriage and stuff, and she was just like, you got
But that's a little bit of a double standard because way before that, for many years, he was doing that. He
doing
was
porn?
having sex with all her friends. So it's kind of a double standard. It's like, why did the world flip out when she did it? When he was making content.
because guys are territorial.
Yeah.
Because he was railing chicks, right?
Well,
All
he's
the
on
time.
that. They're
All the time,
They're in
yeah.
that red pill stratosphere
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So all the guys were like, "Oh, dude, he's a cuck for doing."
Yeah, he's a cuck. That's what I thought.
People were like
Yeah.
coming down on him for that.
I didn't understand that because I feel like that news when he let her hook up with somebody, like that became big news and people from outside his sphere just wanted to make fun of him, but like they didn't know that this fool's been literally having sex with all her friends all the time.
Yeah.
It's like the ratio is like probably hundreds to one.
Right.
It's kind of like I don't think that necessarily is a loss for him because it's part of his lifestyle.
But I heard that woman was pretty big, so that kind of changes the conversation. a little.
The big guys?
Yeah, he's a big dude apparently.
Oh,
I think people also just
I
hate,
see.
people also just hate that guy.
Adam 22.
They hate him.
23.
Yeah. They hate him. They hate No Jumper. They just hate that dude. They call him Culture Vulture all the time. Like he's going through it right now.
Really?
Yeah. I think No Jumper's like going bankrupt or some shit. Like it's
shit.
people love to hate him for some weird reason. I don't know the lore, but
The Lord.
yeah, they really hate that dude.
What about you, Joe? What if Hannah was doing OnlyFans?
Dude, I think I was built for former hookers, but I ended up with the innocent girl.
That's how it goes.
I was built for this. I prepped my whole life for this.
I'd probably be the most accepting of someone that's like in a certain world of
She's like, I used to sit on mag lights.
yeah.
Those are
For OnlyFans.
huge.
Sit on a maglet.
And they get cold.
Just gotta tell you this real quick. Yeah. So,
And they don't bend.
Yeah, I used to sit on the maximum mag light.
Have you seen those girls that could stretch their pussy out so hard they get a fucking bedpost and fuck it?
Whoa.
I've seen the baseball bat one,
Baseball bats are wild.
Which end?
dude.
Which end? The one that Ken Griffey signs.
By the way, yeah, the end doesn't intimidate her, dude.
Yeah, and it's not the souvenir kind.
The wooden ones.
Yeah, the
wooden
wooden
bats
ones,
could have
yeah, yeah.
splinters.
Oh my god, dude, that's awesome.
Have you ever had that
treated.
conversation though? Has a girl ever been like, Joe, I
Sitting
need
on
to tell
Hydro
you
Flask?
I did this thing?
Well, I hooked up with girls that did like one did a like cam girl shit.
But you knew it before?
What was that like?
Yeah, I saw one of her shows.
But no, have you?
But this is before OnlyFans and all that shit.
you never had like
Explain it in
a
detail.
He makes it sound like he just. I caught one of her shows on TV.
flipping the channel.
Yeah, I just.
But like, how about?
I was just curious. I was like, "What do you like? How does this thing work?" And then it was like,
She's like, you gotta buy some tokens.
she's just come. Yeah, I just go in and then I'll
Make your
like,
bank
yeah,
account
that's
to
crazy.
get some tokens.
It's completely safe.
Have you ever had a confession conversation?
A what?
Confession conversation where a girl was like confessing something like that was in the past to you.
It was unfortunately about like a sexual assault thing.
Oh man, why you gotta make it so sad?
Well, that's because that was that.
Because then afterwards you're like, ugh.
On the spot.
You just vomited and said, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
fucking deal with you no more.
How could you?
I can't believe you let him do that to you. Dumped her on the spot.
Bro, that's
You
how
blamed her, right?
On site, yep.
Why did you fight back, bitch?
Good.
Ugh.
I had a brother.
I said you're probably wearing what you're wearing right now. That's what
Oh
I
my
said.
god.
Yeah.
Can I get a contact?
Yeah. Just bump it.
That's how you know that shit is so common. When like most of the girls you
Not like
dated
this.
have a story about that. That's so sad.
That's some fucking sad
I
shit.
know, no, legit.
That's how you know that happens to everybody.
Yeah.
I saw this one speaking on that. Well, maybe we shouldn't talk about that, but no, let's not talk about that. I'm sorry. I was gonna yes and that right now. I don't know where we are right now, dude. What day?
Your question, it's if they used to, they don't do
Yeah,
it no
they
more.
did it. Yeah, they did it.
And then,
Can you
they
can you
found
move
you.
past it?
how long has it been?
I was thinking it was like 2 years before we got together.
I think I'm way more accepting if it's not like real love.
Okay.
Wait, say that again?
Real love. So are you gonna cut it off at the pass once you find this out because you're like, I don't want this to turn into anything more serious?
If I'm already like 10 years in and it's serious, I would have just been like, holy shoot, I thought I fucking knew you, dude. But I can see why you would keep it a secret, because fuck, that is like, that is an embarrassment. That is a risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, well, at this point, it's too fucking late. There's a lot of things like, do we have kids? You know, like there's so many more things that matter, especially because I ain't a saint. I fucking did shit. So I'm like, well, if you don't do it anymore, right? I don't know. She could just been, I don't know. I wouldn't want to, obviously, but I wouldn't leave her.
I do think age and maturity is a huge factor, right? Because like the shit that like meant a lot to you in your like early 20s.
Yeah.
You just think way different
We
of
were
it now.
such pussies back then.
Right? If somebody like even flirted with the idea of this,
yeah.
or just like finding out that like she was with this guy could fuck your whole world up when you're young.
Yeah, when you're young, really sensitive to that.
Yeah.
So I think all of those things kind of play a factor. Like you said, if you're like 10 years deep in your relationship and they tell you, the biggest problem with that is the not knowing for 10 years.
Yeah.
Thinking you didn't know this about her versus like you did that. And then you got to get over that you did that, but it depends on where you're at in your relationship.
Yeah, if I already want to out, I think I would use it as an excuse because I'm like, bitch, I don't like you anyway.
Would you be like, because this happened to me when I was 19, and then my girlfriend had told me that she posed nude for her dude friend who was in an art class, and I thought that was just dumbass judgment. I was mad at her for being stupid because I'm like, so this fool who's not even a real artist yet gets to see you naked and now has like photos of you naked at no cost. I'm like, does that sound like a smart transaction? And we didn't break up over it, but I did get pissed.
Yeah.
But like at 19, would you have gotten mad at that?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Would have dumped her.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I would have dumped her like Ryan, right? Like I think I would have been like upset. And then I think like, had you guys hooked up by then?
Yeah, we already did, yeah.
19-year-old
I
Nick.
think I would have just been angry.
19-year-old Nick would have been like, "You slept with him. I know you did."
Because we hadn't hooked up yet, and
He
I
saw
knew
your
that she
Nick-
had
he saw your
done
private
that
parts.
for somebody else, but I had not experienced that. I think that innocence would hurt me more.
It wasn't even the sexual connotation I was mad at. I was mad at the decision making because that just makes you worried as a boyfriend that your girl's out there making dumb calls.
Yeah. What's the next
that's
new shoot you're gonna
How do
walk
I not
into?
worry about you if you're out here making a really you're at the disadvantage in that choice.
Dangerous situation.
because now you're mine.
Yeah,
You
well,
don't get to make decisions
that's
by
how you,
yourself.
that's how you
That's right.
don't worry about your girls because you see examples of her making the right call at certain points, you know. Because I could have the same problem. If
That's
my friend
true.
Talked me into some shit that was bad for me. That would worry her. She'd be like, "Oh, dude."
You know what 19-year-old Nick would have done?
What?
Found the same art class, taken that class. Hey, I need to pay you for my class.
Lit.
Even it out.
Lit.
Then I feel way better about it.
And then dump her.
Yeah. And then be like, how could you do that? You're a whore. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's
19-year-old Nick.
But she was
It's an art class.
she was pissed. She was mad that I was mad. You know, like how some girls will get into that mode. She was pissed that I was pissed because she thought I was trying to sexually shame her. But I was saying no. That's just an example of a bad choice.
Okay, I get it because like in your first
Of
example,
course I get to sexually shame you.
That's a cherry on top, really.
Yeah.